Hey.
Hi.
Then Emma. Laurie, Thomas. Dre.
Hi there.
Morning, guys.
Hey, guys.
Good morning, everybody. Hey. Well, depending where you are in the world.
Cool. I'm excited, guys. It's going to be awesome.
Everyone's complaining that everyone had like.
Tina, how are you? All right, everybody, welcome. All right, just before we start, we have a chat thread just to make this easier, just so that like we're not all talking over each other, because it looks like we're going to have quite a few people here. Can you guys see that post that says 1 hour remaining? Or can you see that in the rivalry group?
Oh, the post in the group, yeah.
Yeah. Can I get you all just to drop a message in there that just says hi? Excellent. I can see somebody typing. Emma, hi.
Oh.
Epic. All right. So while everyone's doing that,
Ooh, wrong
let's
chat
find
thread.
out. Sorry?
Wrong chat thread. Not the Zoom one.
Yeah, the Facebook chat thread. Excellent. Melinda, hi. So we're going to play a little game just to start us off. So the purpose of today is basically to get you guys more visibility, more clients, and really to get you to scale your business, starting with one really, really quick and easy technique. But before we do that, we just wanted to play a little game. Laurie, hi. Dina, hi. Just to get to know each other a little bit, in the chat thread, Jay, hi. Dre, hi. Excellent, you guys are doing so well. We're gonna play a little game called Two Truths and a Lie. So in the chat thread, we would like to get you to tell us 3 things about yourself, but 2 of the things that you tell us should be true, and 1 of those things that you tell us should be not true. And then the rest of us, we have to guess which one's true, which 2 are true and which one is a lie. So if I go first, if I say basically, I was born in Sydney, my favorite type of exercise is playing football, and I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. So 2 of those things are true, and 1 of them is a lie.
You say that again, Scott?
So the game we're playing called Two Truths and a Lie. So 2 things that you tell us in the chat thread.
Yeah, so I understand the game, just what you said. I was trying to remember. I completely forgot what you said.
Yep. So I was born in Sydney. My favorite form of exercise is football, and I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. So also, if you can, try to make it so that it's a little bit hard for people to guess which one the lie is.
I reckon football's a lie.
Football?
Yeah.
I agree. I should probably know this, but I don't. I do. I agree. I think the football's the lie.
Why football?
Because I know you can solve the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm just like trying to think of what mine are right now. Is everybody doing it?
Oh, sure.
So is it in this chat thread or the?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So we're back here.
No. So the chat thread, guys, we're going to be communicating on this post here. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So under that post, so not in the Zoom.
Oh, okay.
In the comments on this post.
Okay. So, because it's kind of confusing because I'm on my desktop with the Zoom call and Facebook's on my phone, like you. So we're kind of sitting here typing on a phone and trying to look at the screen, and it's kind of two different platforms. It's a bit confusing.
Yeah, I mean, it will be confusing at first, but yeah, we find it's just a really effective method from doing it in the past.
Epic. It's been so awesome in the group. Like, I just want to say, because like, you know, we've brought so many people into or Jackie's brought so many people into the group, and then, you know, anyone who wasn't active, basically just remove them from the group because it just wasn't the group for them. But you guys have been so good and so active. I just wanted to thank you for that, because it's really something that helps, like, you know, like accountability helps lift everybody up. Oh, here's Jackie's. I played in America for basketball. I have 4 dogs and 2 cats. I am a painter. What do you guys reckon for Jackie's?
I think it's the painter.
Yeah, I was going to say the painter too.
Oh. Any other guesses, guys? Come on.
Well, I believe that I know the answer.
I'll do that. Doesn't end she once again. On another beautiful autumn day, it's really quite boring.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whereabouts are we supposed to be posting this? I can't find it.
I'll tag you in the group.
Sorry.
I'll just tag you. Oh, it looks like you might not be in that group. Okay.
Oh, what group is that?
The Entrepreneur's Rival. That's all right. I think you came.
I think I am in that group. Can't find it on my phone though.
Okay, guys.
I'm sure I joined. I'm sure I joined through that group.
Okay, guys, so what I reckon is on the chat thread that we're posting on in the group, people started putting what the truth and the lie is. Just reply to each other there, and then I'll go through and read out what everyone says. So just like reply on mine and say which one you think the lie is, and then reply on Laurie's, say which one you think the lie is, and that way we'll be able to communicate.
Yes, you. You that I grew up with, the you that is my best friend, the you that became the Flash. I haven't seen that you in a very long time.
A lot's changed.
Yeah, it sure has. You have learned how to not trust people. What is it about Jay that you don't like?
Who's got the TV on?
He reminds you of Harrison Wells.
Thomas, I invited you to the group, so hopefully it should show up for you.
Okay. Yeah, nothing showing up. I'm on my phone. I'm on my laptop watching this, and I'm looking at my phone as well. Nothing come through yet.
I'll message you with something. Fix it for you.
From Glasgow, I'll be in Scotland. Once again. On another beautiful autumn day, it's really quite boring here.
Oops. So on one of your videos in the other group, I've just tagged you with the link for the group.
Yeah.
Did that come through?
Yes, it has. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to come up on my phone now.
All right, let's go through some of these answers. I'm excited. This is fun. So we've got for Jackie, Emma says painter is the lie. Laurie says lie is I have 4 dogs and 1 cat. Dre says you've got 4 dogs. Sorry, lie, you've got 4 dogs and 1 cat. Jay says 4 dogs and 1 cat.
It's interesting. Why do you guys reckon the lie is the animals?
Maybe it's only 3 dogs.
True. So guys, yeah, that was the lie. So the lie for me is I don't have 4 dogs and 1 cat. I actually only have the 1 dog, and I post about him all the time. You might have seen him in my posts. My pride and joy.
Let's go through like 1 or 2 more, and then let's get started. Because I've got a message from some people that they might need to leave early. So let's get through as much as what we can now. Let's do 1 or 2 more. So Emma, I trekked the gorillas in Africa. Did I pronounce that correctly? Trekked the gorillas in Africa. I skydived for my 21st, and I don't eat meat. Melinda says the meat. Jackie says the skydive. Ooh. So the first one kind of sounds like that you know what you're talking about. And I'm going to guess the skydiving.
I've skydived twice, actually. So skydiving's right.
Did you skydive on your 21st birthday?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So
Laurie's says guessing that I don't eat meat. Jay, is it the meat?
Yeah.
Yes. I just guessed it was the middle one and I was wrong. Laurie, I've walked on fire 14 times. I climbed Mount Fiji. I was a gas station attendant. So Jackie says fire. Melinda says Mount Fiji. Emma says Fiji.
Can't be.
Which one?
Fiji. Fiji.
Fiji. Right. All right. So I'm going to keep guessing some of those later. This is a lot of fun. So just to announce kind of like what we're doing, like what this group is about, that over the next 5 days, we've got some epic exercises for you. So if you guys are here to basically to build your client base, whether you're selling products, physical products, whether it's online or from a storefront, or whether you're doing services, it could be coaching, it could be a PT, Reiki master, hypnotherapist, any of those things. Just to introduce ourselves, so this is Jackie Hutton and myself, Scott Lawrence. So I've been a clinical hypnotherapist for 11 years. And when I first started, I had no idea how to market myself. I just basically, I did some flyers that said, hypnotherapy, come and buy it, and basically got nobody. And eventually, once I figured out a few key things, I had some mentors. And so in my first 6 months, I was seeing 40 clients per week in my first year of business. I was on the Hamish and Andy show in Australia. So if you're not from Australia, that was at the time the biggest radio show in our country. And just because of some of the stuff that I did online, they basically picked me to be on the show for 3 days. So it's been quite an adventure. Jackie, let's get you to introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody.
Some awesome things to show you as well, because we, at the start of 2020, actually, like Jackie and I, like we were doing these seminars together, and we even did like in 2 days, we made something like about $90,000 worth of sales just in those 2 days. And then we did, ebooks together and all sorts of things. And then the COVID hit, and then we had to really shift our game to online. And so that's what a lot of the stuff that Jackie is about to show you is some of these results online. Jackie, I will stop talking over you.
Hey, everybody. So some of you know me quite well. Some of you are newer. So pretty much just as a real quick recap, so you kind of know who I am. So I started business as a graphic designer. So that was what I studied at university. So I just went in, creating logos for people, creating websites, all that kind of stuff. And the problem is I had to get clients. And I thought, and maybe others of you have thought it too, but I thought all I had to do is like kind of create a business and then the clients would come. But that's not how it worked. So what I found is I actually had to learn marketing, I had to learn sales and all these other skills on top of graphic design and website to make my business run. And at first, it wasn't very easy. So at first, I wasn't getting many results, but these days, because I've studied a lot of marketing, I've studied, heaps of courses, so much, it's kind of insane, like the transformation I've had. So I'm going to show and actually share my screen. Scott, you've got to allow me to share my screen.
All right.
So pretty much what happened is I learned, and maybe has anyone, just by, raise of hands actually, has anyone in their business been told in marketing what you've got to do is you've got to market the problem? You've got to talk to them about your audience about the problem. Has anyone, raise your hand if you've been told that? Anyone not been told that? Yeah. So I got told that too. So I kept putting out posts when I started in business saying, who needs a logo? Who needs a website? Like, I've got websites, like, do you need this? Because you also have a business, you need a website, but it never worked. And pretty much what I found is I thought I was marketing the problem. Does it sound like I was marketing the problem by putting out posts saying who needs a graphic design? Who needs a logo? Nod your head if that feels like I'm marketing the problem. Yeah? Not really. So pretty much what I found is what happens in business is there's these heaps of online courses and they tell you market the problem, but they actually don't sit down with you and do it with you. So the reason it wasn't working is because I got told later by a mentor that I was marketing the wrong problem. So nobody responded to my post when I said, who needs graphic design, who needs a logo? But when I worked out what the real problem was and started marketing that instead, that's when I got clients. So what the real problem I worked out, and I found out this via mentor, is people don't care about logos, really. People don't really care about websites. What people care about is what the website will get them. People care about getting a new client through their website, right? And when I changed the language and got the right problem in my business and marketed the right problem in my business, I found that's when the clients came. So you guys might have heard some of these concepts we're talking about, and maybe you've even tried them. But the thing is, if you approach it in the wrong way, if you choose the wrong problem, it doesn't seem to work. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to be teaching you guys. Whoops. Let me just move this out of the way. So do you guys see that I've shared my screen?
Yep.
Beautiful. So see this post here. So we're going to be showing you guys how to get a lot of visibility online. And I just want to show you some behind the scenes of what we mean so that you know what's going to come. So do you see how this post is like done really well?
627 comments.
Yeah. So what we're going to be showing you is how you can do the same thing too, how you can get this much visibility too. And so this is me posting in one group. And what you'll see is I actually go and post the same thing, copy and paste it in other places too. So the thing is, what happens is it takes a little bit of effort to learn how to do it first, to get the right problem, to market the right problem. But once you've learned what the right problem is, then you can it becomes easier later. And now, as you can see, what I do is actually just copy and paste the same content and keep putting it out there. Look at this, it's another group. And so this is how you get a lot of visibility in your business, by copying and pasting the same thing again and again, putting it out there. But first today, what we're going to be covering is step one, what the problem is for you so that you're marketing the right problem to your audience. So that's my introduction. I'll pass it back to Scott.
Awesome. In order to make posts like that, there's a little story that I want to be able to tell you guys, because this is something that sort of like really brought the message home to me, is to what is it that you're meant to be posting online, and how do you get like so many people to reply to it? And then why are there other posts that seem to just like not do anything at all? And so I love camping. And a few years ago, I went on this camp trip, and so I was married. We're married for 4 years. We lived together for 8 years. We were going to go on this camp trip with all of my friends. And the last minute, my wife had to cancel I wasn't exactly sure why, but she just needed to stay home. So I went and saw my friends and we had a lot of fun. We had drinks, we had a campfire, we did all sorts of things. And they're asking, you know, how is your wife? How is she? I'm like, yeah, she's great. When I came home, from a camping trip, especially if I've got work the next day, I tend to feel like a little bit out of sorts. It's like, all right, I've got to shower as quickly as possible. I've got to get everything out of my car as quickly as possible. I need to make sure that I'm kind of like in my normal comfort zone as quickly as possible, because like, it's like I've gone from like being out of reception, like where I can't really contact anybody, to like getting back to like, you know, where I feel like plugged in again, like where I feel kind of like back to normal. But as I got to the front door, like, you know, holding arms full of like, you know, dirty clothes and the tent and everything else, I found this note on the ground, and it was from my wife. And it basically, when I opened it, it said, I've moved out. There was only a couple of other things that it said, but it said like, I've moved out and I'll contact you in a few days. But I was really confused. So I tried to call her straight away and she didn't answer. I didn't know if she'd been kidnapped. I didn't know what was going on. I was just really confused. And so then I called friends, I called family. I'm going like, I'm freaking out here. I don't know what's going on. Does anybody know what's going on? And I talked to her parents and they said that like, yeah, she's left. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? And they're like, we don't know what's going on either. We just know that she's left. I'm like, is she safe? Is she okay? Like, yeah, she's with us. I'm like, okay. Can you get her to call me or something? It was 5 weeks before she called me back. And so that entire time, like my brother and I, like we were walking around the oval together because I was just like in this nervous state, like going, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Am I still in a marriage? Am I not in a marriage? I just don't know what's going on. And so I kept asking my brother the same question, probably like 100 times a day, going, is she going to call today? Is she going to call today? And he's going, I don't know. And so like my brother was being so patient with me, like he could understand like what I was going through. And I was just thinking, what is this? I don't understand it. Later on, we worked out that she'd already basically started another relationship. But at the time, you can imagine like for those 5 weeks, it's like that we're paying bills together, but not communicating. So it's like, well, how do you do that? Zero contact for 5 weeks. So I'm thinking, what do you do? Where did this come from? Like, what's going on? Did I do something? Did I not do something? I don't understand it. And so you can imagine that like when I wanted to Google to try to get some help, what do you think I typed into Google to get some help? So in the comment section, because this is like just putting yourself in the mindset, let's say that you are a relationship coach or a counselor or you're someone who does that kind of a thing. And let's say that you wanted to sell me some relationship advice or some relationship counseling. What did I type into Google to get advice?
What to do when like your wife's just left you or something? Or what to do next? Or
I typed in how to get your wife back. So there's a lot of relationship coaches out there. They'll type 10%, you know, they'll put out a thing, 10% discounts. I'm a new relationship coach, come and get it. I do counseling, come and get it. And they're just like pushing this idea of like, you know, I know all these things and I'm a relationship coach and you need to book in with me. I didn't type that in. I didn't type in how to give money to a relationship coach. I typed in how to get your wife back. Does that make sense, guys? Like putting yourself in the mindset of like myself being very confused at the time going, I don't know what's going on. Somebody please give me some concrete to stand on so I can feel that the world's not moving out from under my feet. The first place that I found on YouTube, there was a guy called Breakup Brad. And he basically said to me that if you either want to get your partner back or if you need to let them go and you need to heal, either one, there's one technique you should do. And that technique is basically don't relentlessly keep contacting. Because if they don't want to be contacted, they don't want to be contacted. So the best thing that you can do to either heal or to get them back is to give yourself 30 days where you do not reach out to them. So we said, do 30 days no contact. And I'm going, I don't think I can do that. But I'm watching more and more of his videos. And he's starting to give me some feeling of like, well, I feel at least I've got a plan, because within that 30 days, when he said to me, for that 30 days, work on your health, work on your diet, work on your fitness, work on your push-ups, work on your journaling, do anything you can just for healthy self-improvements. And after 30 days, then it could be time to reach out. But does it make sense that like, because I bought his courses and his quite expensive courses. Why did I not give any money to somebody who advertised, I'm a relationship coach, come and pay me? Yeah, Laurie, the why has my wife left me? Yeah, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I was typing to Google. So like, why didn't I type in how to understand, or, you know, how to hire a relationship coach? Another really good question is that thinking about two different things that that exist in your business. So there's your skill sets, which you might have, or the products that you sell. You might sell lava lamps, or you might sell coaching, or you might sell NLP, you might sell hypnotherapy, you might sell advice, you might sell online courses, you might sell blankets, you might sell candles. So that's kind of like what we call either your skill sets or your products. But there's another thing that we'd really like you to think about instead at the moment. So like, if we can push like your product and service aside for a moment and instead think about what's the problem or the ambition that your ideal client's going through right now that could cause them to actually Google for you or to look you up online. So let's say that if you're someone who does like weight loss training, or if you're someone who teaches online sales, what would someone Google to find you? So I know this story is it's very personal, and it's one of those I could potentially start with a trigger warning. But the idea of like telling something so intense is like to really put yourself in the mindset of me back then, of like, what am I going to type into Google to find someone that I want to give money to, because I've got a problem and I want that problem to make sense to me. What's a good distinction, or what's a good way to talk about these two things, which is that how some people are posting, which is like, I have a product, come and buy it, versus you've got a problem, come and learn about it. Or if you have this problem, come and learn about it. What's the difference between those two approaches? Yeah, they type their problem or the solution they want. I'm going to throw over to Jackie in a second, and she's going to give you an exercise as to how that you can find out the exact things that you can post. Like you saw, like how incredible was the results of Jackie's posts. Like 600 plus, like she's had others that have had 800 plus, and some are more than that, comments on her posts. But how incredible is that she can just do a post and have that many people comment on it and say like, yes, I want to be a part of this.
Okay. Yep. So a couple of people do need to go. If you can log in for the second half of the session tonight, do that. But anyway, guys, let's increase the tempo a little bit. Like, I know that, you know, we are communicating through a chat thread, but let's get this chat thread, you know, really pumping. Like, it's a bit hard for us to all be talking when there's so many of us on at the moment. So can everybody just put like a little, like maybe like a woo or hey or something in the chat thread. Let's just get this like liven up a little bit more. Can everyone do that for me right now? Because the thing is, guys, how you do one thing is how you do everything in business. If you're not going to really show up in this chat thread right now, that kind of reflects other things. It's not even just business, it's life. How you do one thing in life is how you do everything. It will affect your business, it will affect your relationships, it will affect your life, it will affect your friends. Do we all agree with this? Comment yes in the chat thread right now if you agree with this. Yes, Emma, I love it. Yes, Jay, I love your little like, woo, like little, beautiful, beautiful. Yep. Good to hear, Emma. Good to hear, Jay. Thomas, I think you're on the wrong chat thread. Scott, do you reckon you can message Thomas to make sure he's on the right one?
Yeah, I can't get into that other group. It's coming up in my laptop as content not available, but it's just a blank screen on my phone.
Okay,
So-
never mind. We'll sort it out for another day. But
Let's
guys,
Yeah, sure.
let's do this. So, okay, we're here to do some real important marketing. And I know we did stories at the start, but the thing is, the reason we did that is because sometimes we actually learn better through stories rather than just saying, like, here's what to do, go do it. Because why do you reckon it is? Comment in the chat thread. Why do you reckon we learn better through stories rather than here's the task, go do it? I'm curious to know why you think that. Like, I personally, I don't think there's one answer. I personally think we learn better through stories because that's how we're brought up, you know, with picture storybooks. And, you know, you can even go into the whole subconscious, pictures, sounds, and feelings. Is anyone here NLP or dives into subconscious? Raise your hand. Does anyone do NLP or hypnosis? Nice. Nice. Yeah, so a few of you. So you'll know what I'm saying with the, we actually understand things in the subconscious through pictures, sounds, and feelings. It's visual. Dina, we can relate. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Jay, emotional aspects, identifying to others' stories. Yeah. Laurie, because, so Laurie said, sorry, I'm like reading while also saying it out loud, because we can find a way to relate somewhere in the story. Yeah. I find like it's so much easier to understand things when we like can relate to it. So that's why we did that. So because we want to make sure you get the most out of it, now we're going to do actually get some work done for the rest of the session. So guys, what I want you to do is does everyone have paper and a pen? I'm using a Sharpie so you can see what I'm doing. Beautiful, Laurie. Can everyone hold up their paper and pen? So I know you've got it. Beautiful, beautiful pen. JSC, you've got a pen that you just got to write on your hand. That's good, that's good. Yeah, I was just being an idiot. My jokes, my sense of humor, some people find it funny, some people don't, but I laugh at it, so that's all right. Okay, so as Scott really did an amazing job talking about and explaining, you know, quite a heartfelt, really sad story, you know. What we're going to be talking about today is why people buy from you. Because if you know that, then you can get clients. Yeah, there'll be other steps, but remember how I said, when I was doing graphic design, I didn't understand why people bought from me. You know, I was marketing the wrong problem. Like, if you're not getting clients at the moment, maybe that's why. Maybe you're marketing the wrong problem. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to work out what's the right problem for you to market. After, we're going to show you exactly how to market, where to put your message out, every other step you need to know. But first, if you don't do this right, the rest don't work, right? So on your piece of paper, I want everyone to draw a line from the left to the right, just like that. So a line along the center of the piece of paper. And just when I've got my phone here open, so I can see when anyone says anything. So just say, can everyone say yes when you've done that in the chat thread? So I know that everyone's up to date. No one's run out of ink in their pen. Everyone's all good. And the next thing I want you to do, guys, is another line. So we're going to turn it into a plus symbol. Okay, so why do we do this? So this is like one of our favorite exercises that Scott and I have been doing for ages. We love it. But why? Because people, your clients, remember, we're going to work out why your clients will buy from you, because you need to market this. If you're not doing this, people won't buy from you. So why will they buy from you? People will only buy from you because of two main reasons. Because of either, and you might have heard this before, like I said before, but it's one thing, you know, hearing of it before, but it's another thing executing it right and getting the right problem. Like with my graphic design, I was talking about the wrong problem. That's why I didn't get any clients. So people will buy from you because of two reasons, either pain or pleasure. So what I want you guys to do right now is on the left, I'll show it to you guys. So on the left, what I want you to do, and this is really messy. I actually might share my screen so you can see a neater version of this in just a second. But what I want you to do is on the left, write pain. That says pain. I know it doesn't look like it. And on the right, write pleasure, because those are the two reasons people will buy from you. What do I mean by that? So why does someone go to a chiropractor or to the physio? Because they're in pain, most likely, right? They've hurt their back at sport. They hurt their back because they fell over. They broke their leg. They're buying and they're putting their money and giving that money to that person because of pain. Pain's a big driver as to why someone will spend money, right? Does everyone agree? Can you put your hand up if you agree with this? It makes sense. Sweet, beautiful. Okay, that's not the only reason someone will give you money. The second reason, and we can mark it both at different times though, the second reason someone will give you money is because of pleasure. So people don't necessarily just give money to someone because, oh, I'm in pain, I'm going to give you money. Can you take my pain away? Like with Scott, with the relationship coach. It's like, I'm going to give you money. Can you take my pain away and help me get my ex back? People will also give you money because of pleasure. So they're giving you money to feel good, to get pleasure. So what's an example of this? Why does someone, like my brother specifically, I don't understand it really, but does anyone know somebody that is obsessed with having the latest technology? So my brother loves to have the latest iPhone. I don't really understand it. I'm like, your iPhone is really, really good. I know Apple just released this new iPhone, but why do you need that when you've got a perfectly good, the last edition? Does anyone know someone like that? Raise your hand if you do. Just obsessed, yeah, with the staying up to date. And other people might buy cars. It's like, you know, they keep buying cars. I'm like, you've got a perfectly good car. Why do you keep buying more? It's because they're buying it because of pleasure. You know, so that's the second reason someone will buy something from you, because it makes them feel good, because it makes them happy, right? Everyone following? Beautiful. So what we've got so far is we've got a plus symbol. On the left, I've written pain. On the right, I've written pleasure. We can break this up even more. So we really need to understand this base concept correctly, and we're going to make sure you understand it correctly. Because like I said before, I used to market graphic design and I marketed the wrong problem. You need to market the right problem for this to work. So we're going to make sure this happens. So we can dive into this a little deeper now. So yes, the only two reasons someone will buy from you because of either pain or pleasure, but we can also break it down into short term and long term. So I'm just going to share my screen so you guys can see this a little bit neater because I'm a mess. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Can someone tell me out loud? So, because I can't see you anymore. Perfect. So your piece of paper should look like this. So on the left, we've got pain. On the right, we've got pleasure. And then we can break it up into short term, which is now, today, this week. Or we could break it up into long term, so like the future. So write this down. So right now and future. So we can break it down into future. So, you know, in 10 years, 20 years. So for example, one of you guys, can someone comment in the chat, can someone in the chat thread give me an example? Let's see if you guys can do it. What's something that someone would buy that would solve pain right now? What's something? Any ideas? Put it in the chat thread. It's really important you understand this concept, guys, because this is the bread and butter of your business. So what's something that someone would buy today to solve pain for today? What's something that someone has pain for right now, today? Anything that it would solve that pain for today. Okay, I'm just opening the chat thread, guys. See if many of you guys, drugs. Yes. Yes, if I've got a headache, if I've got, you know, I just hurt my ankle. I don't know what I did. So I might have some Nurofen because that would solve that pain right now. Really good answer. Beautiful. Anybody else know something? What is something someone would buy to solve pain for right now? To quit something or heal something? Yes. Aspirin. Yes. Beautiful, guys. This is really important because it's telling me you understand this concept. Of course, we're going to do it for your business in just a sec. But let's have another go at this. What's something, let's go another angle. What's something someone would buy to make them feel pleasure in the future? Not now, in the future. So let's say in the next maybe 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. In the next 10 years, what's something someone would buy right now to give them pleasure in the future? There's really no wrong answers here, guys. Stocks. Brilliant. Stocks. So I guess stocks you can do short-term and long-term, but absolutely, because that's setting yourself up for the future. Real estate. Beautiful. So they're buying that to have
Which
that.
chat are we using now?
We're still using the, oh yeah, sorry. You're right, Melinda.
Sorry, I'm looking at the screen going, where are these answers?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Beautiful. No, Melinda, you're spot on. So guys, we're still using this chat thread. Like, I'm just excited because I'm excited by you getting the right answers. This is really, really good because, like I said, it's essential. So now I'm just going to share my screen again, and we're just going to fill out the rest of this. Okay. So in the top right quadrant, so the top right quadrant, that little box up here. Why does it say talking Jackie? Okay. I want you to write dreams. So what we're going to put here is the dream. So this is like this, what you were talking about before with someone buying stocks or real estate. So write this now in this spot. So this is what your client's long-term wants are. So this is the title for that section. We're going to fill it out in a second. Vacation. Yes, Laurie. Yep. Weight loss, Melinda. Yes. Weight loss is a really good one. It's one of those things where, you know, people go to the gym and they're actually in pain every day, but they're doing it for the future goal, right? Really good answer. Well done. A comfy couch. Yep, that's short term. Good job. So everyone, once you've written that, we're going to write the next quadrant. So the next quadrant is now. Do you see how this is working? So it's now plus pleasure. So now, so today plus pleasure is desires. So this is what your client's short-term wants are. This is what will make them feel happier today, like the comfy couch day. This will make them feel pleasure today or tomorrow or this week. It will just bring them joy right now. So if you went and bought a puppy right now, you get joy today, right? Has everyone written that down? Comment yes in the chat thread if you've written this down so far. I don't want to move too fast. So the next one is the bottom left quadrant. So this is pain plus now. So what are people buying that's for pain, to solve pain today? So this is what we call frustrations. So this is what is frustrating your client this week or this month or today. What's frustrating your client right now? Beautiful, guys. Thank you for saying yes. That really helps me. So keep writing this down because you want to have this on your paper too so you can take it away. Just let me know in the chat thread if I am going too fast or anything, or if you have any questions. I want to make sure this makes 100% sense to you. And the top left quadrant. So this is future plus pain. So, you know, pain in the future. So this is what we call this quadrant. We title it fears. So what future fears keep your client up at night? You know, if you could imagine your client They can't sleep and they're worried about their future. You know, maybe they try to go to sleep tonight, but they can't. They can't fall asleep because their mind is running. They're worried about their future. What future fears keep your client up at night? So write that down. Oops. These are actually old slides that Scott and I used at an event because this concept works so well. That's why we keep doing it again and again. Beautiful. Thanks for letting me know, guys, in the chat thread. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you might need to get more paper to do this, but what we're going to do now is we're actually going to fill this out. So I want you to have a think now and start filling this out. And so that we, know if you want help with this, and I highly recommend you use the chat thread right now to fill out these quadrants. So what I mean by this is right now I'm going to give you, how long should we give them, Scott?
Just maybe like a couple of minutes per quadrant. So maybe like, if you can, do like 1 minute on the first, 1 minute on the next, one. Just do a rapid fire. So there's no wrong answers. Just try to get a couple out as quickly.
Yeah. Do you want to explain the test for it though, to see if you fill out the right answers, Scott?
Yeah. This we call this thing the I'm sad because test. So like like when I was talking about like with the story, and I was asking you guys like, what did I type into Google? I didn't type in 10% discounts into Google. So the I'm sad because test is that anything you write in the DDFF, like say the dreams, desires, fears, frustrations, on the F side, which is the pain, so the fears, frustrations, needs to be able to pass the I'm sad because test, which is you just put it into a sentence of that I'm sad because I don't have, or I'm sad because I don't, or am not. So like if somebody says, I'm sad because my wife left, that passes the I'm sad because test. No one's going to say, I'm sad because I don't get a 10% discount. So like imagine someone's walking down the street and their head is hanging like this and they're sad. And so then you say to them like, hey buddy, like what's wrong? Oh, I'm sad. Okay, yeah, but why are you sad? Like what's happened? Like, oh, I'm sad because I don't have a hypnotherapist in my life. So that one fails the I'm sad because test because that's not a conversation. That's not normal human interaction. Why are they sad? It's not because they don't have a coach. It's not because they don't have a hypnotherapist. It's not because they don't have a salt lamp. It's not because they don't have a candle. It's like if they're sad because they don't have a candle, there's more to the story. I'm sad because the candle that I was going to buy my best friend for their birthday isn't available. And now it's like I'm sad because I don't know what gift to get my friends. Does that make sense, everybody? So in the comment section, if you can write, yes, that makes sense, or no, that doesn't make sense.
Here's another example, guys. Would anybody ever say, I'm sad because I don't have graphic design? No. Can you guys shake your head or nod your head? Nah, no one would say that. That's what I was marketing and that's why it didn't work. But would someone say, I'm sad because I don't have enough clients in my business? Would they say that?
Or I'm sad because my accountant doesn't specialize in customer excellence. That's jargon. That's not natural language at all.
So guys, what I want you to do is we're going to give you a chance now to have a go. And what I want you to do is go through each of the quadrants for your business and fill out. Maybe put aim for, just like Scott said, rapid fire, maybe 5 things in each quadrant. And once you've done that on your piece of paper, I want you to type it into the chat thread. So for example, the way to do it is type the title of the section so we know which section you're talking about. So maybe you would type dreams and then you would type what your things are. So it could be, I'm doing an example right now so you can see. So maybe dreams are to retire at age 50, to buy a Ferrari. So I just did an example in the chat thread so you guys can see it. But I want you to do it there so we can pretty much correct it. Because I don't want you doing this wrong. Because if you do it wrong, it won't work. But just have a go now. And yes, Scott?
The SAD test only works for the Fs. For the Ds, the dreams and desires, we have a different test. It's the I'm excited because test. So what is your customer excited because of? I'm excited because I just booked in 20 high-paying clients. Or I'm excited because I just bought my first home. I'm excited because I just had my first baby.
Okay. So yeah, let's give you another, so maybe 3 minutes. Jot some things down, and then we'll put it in the chat thread and we'll go through it all together.
Nice. Melinda. Yep. Good. So even if these seem like a little bit dark, you can edit them later. So don't worry if this is appropriate to share with your market yet. This is a brain dump. So this is a safe space where you can put these in, and then at a later time, when we show you through the rest of the exercise, you can then choose your best one. Do you remember like those posts that Jackie showed you that had, 100 comments, 200 comments, 600 comments, 800 comments? This is the technique that we use to come up with those exact posts. So literally those posts didn't exist before this exercise. Excellent. Jason, yes. Yes. I'm loving this. You guys are doing so well. I love it. Excellent. Yes. Jason, Melinda, excellent. Laurie, brilliant. guys are doing so well. So when I first started coaching, because like I have done clinical hypnotherapy for about 11 years, and then I wanted to do other things as well. So I'm like, well, I built a business. I'm going to teach other people how to build a business. I was talking to someone who said, I do weight loss hypnotherapy, but there's a guy who's moved into the shop next door to me who's doing quit smoking hypnotherapy. So they're getting all of my clients. And I've got, I'm sorry, what? You do weight loss and they do quit smoking and they're getting all of your clients? That doesn't even make sense. It's like, no, because we're both hypnotherapists. Like, no, that's not your industry. Your industry is weight loss. His industry is quit smoking. His competition is cigarettes or Zyban or patches, pills, gum, sprays. You're like saying to her that who does the weight loss hypnotherapy, saying your competition is McDonald's, or Jenny Craig, Michelle Bridges, like if you know her from Australia, other people that basically do like health. That's her competition. They weren't even in the same industry as each other, but they didn't know it. So what this exercise really does, it really helps to clarify, well, what industry are you actually in? Because you're in the industry of being an expert in the problem or the ambition that your clients have. And when your market really gets that about you, selling becomes just the easiest thing in the world. So in a minute, Jackie's going to move on to the next exercise with you. Basically, that do you guys want to write a post that's going to produce results? Oh, sorry, we can't guarantee that yours will at first, especially because sometimes you need to do 2 or 3. It's a fine-tuning process. But are you guys excited to write your own post that if you do enough of them, there's a really, really high chance that, especially if you follow the exercise closely and stay really active in the group, who would want to get results like what Jackie got from her posts? So in the comment section, type, yes, please. Excellent.
The other thing I want to say too, just as a little behind the scenes, that you guys just might not be aware of, maybe you are, but those posts that I showed you, my favorite thing is, like, yes, I had to, honestly, I did have to work hard to learn what you're learning right now. That's exactly what I learned. This exercise is exactly what I learned at the start. But it's like I had to learn that at the start, but now it's become easy. So my favorite bit about this is that it gets to a point where it becomes easy. And I don't really need to think about it. It's just really easy to put these posts out now. It doesn't take any brain power anymore. It's really easy. I fill this group really, really easily. Like, did you guys see the posts I did to fill this group? Like some of you came through me, some of you came through Scott, but it wasn't hard because I learned how to do it first. The other thing too, my favorite thing is these posts. I'm a real big, because I find I'm against people that are like, you know, always just hustle, hustle, hustle. What I'm a fan of is work hard to learn the skill, get the skill, set up your systems so that it keeps working for you after. So you don't need to, you know, keep for the next 10 years, keep hustling, right? My favorite thing about these posts that we're teaching you to write right now is you post it once and maybe, you know, you post it today. In 3 months, you can still get responses from that same post. So for example, I have posts that in my emails, it notifies me. I have posts that I did, you know, 3 months, 4 months ago, and people, I'm still getting new leads from it. So leads, if you haven't heard of that term before, is prospects. Isn't that insane? So do you guys understand why I'm still getting new prospects from it, even though I posted it 3 months ago? Can anyone tell us? Like, just unmute yourself. Does anyone know?
Well, because if somebody comments on it, it bumps it back up to the top of the feed in the particular group that it's in, and a whole new audience sees it.
Absolutely. Clap. Give her a clap. That is spot on. That's the perfect answer. I would have said the exact same thing. Well done. Exactly. That's my favorite thing about these posts. Exactly what Melinda just said. And you guys can do it too. And I think it's brilliant. So right now we've just got to work out what the skill, we've got to work out what is the headline for you. What is the problem for you? And once we've done that, then it becomes so much easier later. And that's what I'm the big fan of. So guys, what we're going to do now is, I like the little there, Jason. I really like a little poll bear you did. I love whenever someone comments a GIF, just makes it fun. Beautiful. Now what we're going to do is move on to the next step, like Scott said, and we want to use this information to get you clients. So to get a client, first of all, you know, we can't just be like, wave to them on the street, come pay me. You know, like what would happen if you walked up to someone on the street and were like, oh, will you buy my service? What would they say? Just unmute yourself. No. They'll probably call the cops. Like, someone's harassing me, leave me alone. I'm scared. I would call the cops. Oh no, I'd probably run. But so what we're going to do is we're going to create posts that get you new prospects. And then later in these 5 days, we're going to show you how to turn those prospects into clients. But step one, we can't just walk up to someone and be like, buy my service. Step one, we've actually got to get strangers to know you exist. And this is what the post does. Strangers who didn't even know your service was there in the first place, now is aware of it. And then later we're going to sell to them. Okay. So the way to do it is my favorite thing, Scott, and my favorite thing with these formulas that we're going to be showing you over the next 5 days is they all work together. So let me share my screen right now to show you exactly what I mean. Okay. Ooh, what? Oh, whoops, I said share. No, do you see what I just did? I clicked share rather than present because I'm sharing. Okay, you saw the answer, but oh well. So, the way to put it into a title is using this framework. Yes, there are other ways which we'll show you after, but first we've got to master the first framework. So the reason we do the how-to is because that's what people are searching for. That's what your clients are constantly typing into Google. Like before I did, you know, like I might do, you know, how to cook a green tie, or I might be like, someone might type in how to lose weight. Or someone might type in, you know, how to get my ex back. Like Scott said, people are typing in how to. Like our brains, because of Google, have been wired to how to. So therefore, it's really good for you to use that too, because your audience is already thinking that. They're already thinking how to, like how to do a clay sculpture, how to make a clay sculpture, how to, you know, fold your washing faster, how to. So the framework to write a post. So this is the title that goes on the post. And I'll show you an example in just a second, is how to, and then we put something from, remember that exercise you just did? So something from your dreams and desires. So how to, a dream or desire. So maybe it's like how to retire by age 30. Or how to lose 10 kilos, or how to dream or desire. And then after we do without, and we put something from the fears or frustrations column. So how to lose 10 kilos without dieting. How to get your ex back without coming on too clingy or too strong. You know, how to get your ex to give you, how to get your partner to give you attention without having to ask them. The reason just as a little bit of background, the reason the without is so great is because this is a little bit more in depth, but the reason the without is so good is because what we're actually doing is we're handling their objections before we've actually met them. I'm just going to repeat that. We're handling their objections in your post before they've actually met you. So whenever because the how-to, we're talking about a desire they want. Whenever you do that, people will automatically be like, but I don't want this. Oh, nah, I don't want this, right? Can you raise your hand if you've seen that? Yeah. So if I said to you, you know, like how to lose, this is just a really common one. That's why I go to it. If I said to people, I was like, oh, how to lose, 10 kilos in 10 days. So how to lose 10 kilos in 10 days. Do you reckon people would be like, oh, I've got some objections about that, or I don't like this about that, or I hate those diets where they're just like these quick fix and they're not sustainable. People have objections, right? People have questions about it. People wonder, they're skeptical. So the without, what that adds to your post is it handles their objections before they meet you. And that's incredible, because what happens is they, see the how-to result they want to achieve. And then they're, instead of them being like, oh, this won't work for me because of, I've got a bad ankle and I can't go on walks. Like, it handles their objections before they see it. So therefore you get more people signing up. It's really good. So how to, dream or desire. So how to, something they want, without, something they don't want. This is the first headline formula that we use in posts. I'm just going to get you up an example to show you this in action. Because I'm a really big fan of examples. I just think it makes it really easy to understand. While I'm getting this up, what I want you guys to do is start writing some headlines down. So the way to do it is grab something from the D column, grab something from the F column, and put it into that sentence, how to without. Where is it? Okay. Here's actually one of Scott's posts. I just searched it up. Do you guys like examples? Put your hand up if you like examples. I'm a huge fan. Like, I actually only learn through examples. So we can show you endless examples of this. But do you see this post, everyone? Can you tell me yes? Because I can't see you anymore.
Yes, we can see it.
Beautiful. What's the dream or desire in Scott's post?
Creating an online course.
Yeah. So we don't actually say, there gets to different levels of this. But why do you reckon we said, so we don't have the without, do we, in this post, technically? But what we do have is we technically do have the without. What do you reckon if we said to someone, how to create, like, do you want to create an online course and sell 10? What would their objection be if we said that to someone?
It's too hard, it takes too long, it's too costly.
Yes, Melinda, yes.
So you've answered that without answering that.
Exactly.
We call
saying,
it.
it's only going to take 4 hours.
Yeah, so we did the without. So Scott did the without actually saying without. So we can take it, get a little bit fancier with this.
The without.
Without, we're going to go Inception. Spot on. That was a brilliant. Give her a clap. I reckon that deserves a clap. You're spot on, Melinda. That is the without.
We call that the subtext. So sometimes you can say something so people go, like, the main point of this sentence is this, but you don't always have to say it directly. Like, as in, like, I don't have to say it's not going to take you 50 hours. They still get it in the subtext of, well, if it's within 4 hours, okay, well, then it's not going to take too long.
Yeah. Beautiful. But to get started with, the way we always create these titles is we start with the base, how to something they dream or desire without fear or frustration. And we just do a brain dump. Like, whenever I do this, I do a brain dump of like 10 or 20 headlines like that. And then what I do is I choose my favorites and I see, is there a way to make the wording stronger? Maybe to make it shorter, more punchy, more exciting. So guys, sorry, I just had water. I didn't swallow it properly. But guys, so what I want you to do now is, I love it. I was just about to tell you, I want you to start posting in the chat thread, your how to without, and I open it up and you've already done it. Good on you. That's super amazing. So really good job. Everyone that hasn't started doing that, start putting some headlines in the chat thread. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you feedback on this. So the main homework, the main exercise that we want you to do is just like what I said before. Whenever I, you know, that post I showed you a second ago, my editable content planner that got me 800 leads on the weekend, that wasn't the first title I came up with. Like, I explored all these different titles. And so whenever I do this exercise that you're doing right now, I do it like 10, 20 titles. Because that way I know one is going to be incredible. You know, like, your first idea is never your best. Like, that's just the reality. If we keep working, we come up with incredible ideas. So the homework that we're going to give you for today is we want you to come up with 10. So if you really want to be a superstar, I would say 20. But the homework we want to give you today is come up with 10 headlines. And what we want you to do is post it in the group as a poll. So I'm going to quickly, while you guys are writing your headlines, show you a tutorial of how to do that for anyone that, you know, isn't sure. If you already know, just keep writing your headlines right now. But so what we want you to do is go to once you've written your 10, the best thing you can get is feedback from each other of which one's the best. So today, I want you guys to go to our group, the Entrepreneurs Rivalry, and see this button here that says poll. So I want you to use that button. And what we're going to do, I'll just wait for it to load, is I want you to write all of your headlines. So your 10. So, you know, you do how to, whoops. And then again, and this way you can get the whole group. You add options, make sure you add options so you've got 10. And then you'll post all 10 to the group that you're happy with. And we're going to all give you feedback. So it won't just be me and Scott giving feedback, because we're all buyers here. That's how society works. We all buy things. We all, you know, buy things for pain. We all buy things for pleasure. So you don't just need feedback from me and Scott, but it'll be really good for everyone to give feedback on everyone's post to work out which headline do you think's the best, which one captures your attention. And what we'd love to see as well, guys, is don't just, so once you press post on that poll, you'll be able to vote and see which headline's the strongest. So I want you guys to do that for each other, but not just that. I really want you guys to say why. So when you vote on each other's polls, say why you chose a certain one, because, you know, I think it will be really valuable for all of us to know the feedback and to know, okay, for example, I went to go vote on Scott's. I might say, oh, I choose this one, but he doesn't know why I chose it. So I will say, oh, Scott, I like this headline the most because I really like that word you used. I thought it just caught my attention. So that's what I really want you guys to do. But great, I see you guys are all putting your first one. So yeah, you've all done, has everyone done one headline now? Nod your head. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, I want you guys doing 10 at least. If you want to be a superstar, if you want to really impress me and get maybe a bonus, no promises. 20.
So Jay asked, do we have to use the word without the 10 headlines?
Do you want to answer that, Scott?
Yeah. This is a practice, so I'd say yes. So the idea is like practice using it this way, but when you post your posts to the world, you get to do anything that you want. But just for the sake of this, start with that. But also, if you come up with something that you find, okay, well, like the word without just like really doesn't fit there, then at that point, perhaps maybe change it to something else. But just for simplicity, if it helps, try to stick to the formula before getting creative. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, that's really good. So guys, okay, so with this, let's just maybe, before we go, first of all, I want to, 1 second, I'm actually just going to get it up. Okay, I've got some celebrations that I want to do, which is exciting. So you guys know the homework. And me and Scott are going to give you feedback too. And we're all going to give feedback for each other. It's going to be brilliant. So, but we want to do some celebrations to celebrate some, you know, superstars. And like, honestly, you've all really impressed us. And it's just a matter of, this is like, what me and Scott want to do with this is be a rivalry. So we can push each other, but not just like in a competitive way, but also support each other so that we're showing up, you know, as our best. That's the whole goal with this. Because what we see is we see a lot of other groups and, you know, people, they're not really doing the tasks. They're not really showing up. It's not a really good energy. Have you guys seen that? So that's why we're doing this right now. And we want to celebrate. So just as a bit of a recognition, I guess, we've got one person, quite a few, like there's a few of you. It was really hard to choose. But I just want to say one person that has, you know, we had to work out like between a few people, like it was a pretty hard decision. But we're just going to give the recognition of the start of this challenge, who's really just shown up again and again and really impressed us and delivered. But whenever this person's delivered, you know, it's been, you could just tell it had a lot of passion behind it, and we're really impressed. So can we do a drum roll? Can everyone turn their microphones on? That's all. Everyone turn their microphones on. We're going to do a drum roll. This person is here right now. Ready? Join in. Drum roll. What?
Come on, you guys. I'm doing something. Get.
Okay. The person who gets the star of this week is, I'm looking down because I don't want to say the wrong person that me and Scott decided on, so I'm looking down, is Jason. Give him a clap. Give him a clap. Yeah, well done. Well done. So we just really liked how you were showing up in your videos, how, you know, you just put a lot of passion into everything. And like I said, guys, it was a hard decision.
Awesome. And everyone else is doing well too.
What, sorry?
Everyone else is doing really well as well. So that's good. But yeah, I guess you also like where we just got to keep showing up and keep knocking away at it, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
Well, we've already got heaps already, so yeah, it's been awesome.
Well done.
Thank you.
No
Thanks.
worries. And the other one, we've got one more. There's another person here today who has done a really great job and really impressed us. And so this person, we're actually, because Jason's already received this. And I hope this person actually hasn't already received this bonus now that I'm thinking about it. Oh well. This person also gets a big recognition. This person gets the bonus for the Facebook ad basics. So this is a course that people have literally, you know, a lot of people say, oh, I've got this bonus, it's worth this much, but it's not, you know, no one's actually bought it. Has anyone said that, when people just kind of say, I've got this bonus, it's worth this much, but they're just talking shit? Yeah. We're not talking shit. Like, so I just want to be clear. People have actually paid for this. I think there's like 20 people in this group already. There's like, of that, some people have got it as a bonus. The rest have all paid. So this is a legitimate bonus we're giving you. And so the person that's getting this bonus to join, really exciting. There's other people that are coming tonight that are also getting these recognitions. And once again, it was hard to choose, guys. But second drum roll is Melinda. Well done.
Thank
Give her
you.
a clap. Really well done. So we just really liked, once again, it was a hard decision. Guys, these bonuses are still up for grabs. This is a rivalry. It's not easy. Like, just because, like, the reality is this group, like I said before, it started, like, we've had so many people join. And unfortunately, I've had to remove people because they were ghosting the group. And I'm like, we don't want that in there. So I just want you guys to be aware that this group is no longer full of just like people that are just doing the work. everyone here does the work. So it's like to really stand out now, you've got to, you're competing against a really high level of people that are all here to commit and all here and all committing really hard. So congratulations to Melinda. Do you want to say anything, Melinda?
Well, I'm actually a little bit excited because when I saw you giving away the Facebook ads course the other day, I was thinking, oh, I'd really like that. So, yes, manifestation game on point.
100%. Is there someone here who's in that group that could tell us what's your impression of that group at the moment?
Yeah, well, I'm in it, and I find it very, like, I've learned heaps, and like I've obviously learned a lot of stuff from you, Scott, as well previously, and yeah, now it's all sort of coming together with this group and that group and everything. So it's definitely like worth the time to go through it, and really just simple stuff, but yeah, like put together. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So thank you.
No worries, thank you.
Beautiful.
We're excited to have you in it.
Well done, guys. Really well done. Once again, there's still an opportunity. If there's anyone here, you're thinking, I really want that too, still an opportunity to get it. It's just about keep doing it, what you're doing. Try your best. This is about you. This is not about me and Scott right now. This is about you. We want to help you. We want to make sure you get the most out of this. We want to make sure you succeed from this. So, just keep showing up and give it your all, and you will be rewarded. So, Scott, do you have anything else before we wrap this up to say?
I'm just so proud of you guys. The interesting thing about business to me is that I think that at the moment, especially the way the world's going, is that leaders exist, but like when it comes to the majority of the noise that's out there, I don't like it. I don't like the majority of the noise that I'm hearing. So that's why with you guys, what we're creating here is we're creating our own noise, a much better noise. So instead of just in business, just like looking for customers and looking for money and customers, money, what we're looking for is a culture. And that's something that can last a lot longer than a sale here or there. What we're looking for is leaders, and that will last a lot longer than just here's a lead and here's a sale. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. That's been amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Give yourselves, can we all unmute and give yourselves a round of applause because you guys have been amazing.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Well done. Beautiful. Okay. Is that all, Scott?
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. If anyone has any questions, just tag me and Scott in the chat thread, ask your question away. But other than that, just as a summary, the homework to write 10 headlines and post it in the Entrepreneurs Rivalry as a poll so that we can, not just me and Scott, we're going to definitely help you with it, but so everyone can give you feedback. And so vote on each other's, tell them which headline you think's best and tell them in the comments why so that they've got the feedback that they need. Beautiful, guys. Well done. We're going to keep you posted with what's going to happen over the next 4 days, but well done on showing up. And, we're so happy to see that you guys are really showing up. Like I said, we started with so many more people than what we have now. And you guys are still here and you're really impressing us. You're standing out from a crowd. And like, this is harsh, but those statistics of there's a lot of entrepreneurs that don't succeed. Has anyone seen those statistics? What is it? What percentage is it of entrepreneurs that don't succeed?
The high 90%.
Way over 90%, isn't it?
Yeah. So we want to be that opposite bit. That's why we've been cutting people out of this group. That's why we're giving you tasks, setting high standards, because I want you to be those few people that succeed. And so far you're there, because like I said, we had 140 people, probably more than that now, probably more like 150, 160 people join this Entrepreneurs Rivalry. And now we're down to like 40. And of that, you guys are the ones that showed up today. So well done in stepping up and for being one of the entrepreneurs that actually decide to commit to yourself, to your business, and to everything you believe in. So really good job, guys. Message us if you have any questions, but well done, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.